Hello, hello everybody. Welcome to my channel. Renzo here. Okay, I'm gonna start a new portrait painting. I'm gonna work today with a palette knife and with brushes. I'm gonna mention the colors here. I have titanium white, cadmium yellow, cadmium orange, cadmium red, permanent alizarin crimson, cobalt blue, raw umber, and black. Okay, hello Nilu, hello Bob, hello Marius, hello Naturalist. One second, I need to adjust my camera, just 1 second. Okay, let's start with the drawing. Okay, let me know you can hear me okay. Okay, I'm gonna start just with, I have a brush here, number 0. It's a fiber brush. Okay, I'm gonna start sketching with raw umber. Sometimes I use linseed oil, sometimes I don't. I just, it depends on the canvas, or depends on the oil paint you're using. Okay, let's see. First, I'm gonna start with the overall shape, and I can kind of fit his whole head inside some kind of rectangle. Okay, something like that. I'm squinting down my eyes, to be able to try to kind of simplify what I see and reduce it to something like this, something simple. Okay. Now I see a curve here on the hair. It's easier to start drawing always with simple, just straight lines, instead of trying to copy a curve, like for example this one. Okay. Now remember, I got the photograph next to my painting, to my left, and this way I can compare a lot during the whole process. Okay, I can basically use this method side sides. Hello Terry, hello Vanchon, hello Dora, hello Sharon, hello Michael, hello and goodbye. Away to wet and windy football training. Oh, that sounds pretty good, Michael. Okay, let's see. Now, for example, I'm gonna check out here the overall shape here around the hairline. I can do this, and this. Okay. What about measurements? Okay, remember that we find the eyes halfway from the top of the head to the bottom of the chin. Usually the eyes are halfway. That means that we can measure. Okay, here. Now, obviously, not any face is gonna fit those measurements, but in some way that put us closer, to some kind of canon that definitely helps a lot when it's about drawing a face. Okay, I got the eyes. I can trace a line up for the eyebrows, and from the eyebrows to the bottom of the chin, if I split this in two, usually I find the nose here, the bottom of the nose. If I split this in two, usually I find the bottom of the mouth. That means I can sit the mouth on top of this line. Okay, I said that helps a bit, but you know that this is just like pretty difficult to find a face that fits with all those proportions, but anyway, that helps. Okay, from there we can move, you know, the proportions. We can adjust all these measurements to the face we are painting. Okay, the center line. For the center line, I got this from since I was a student. I used to just hold my brush, and my model used to be kind of to my left, a little away from me, but kind of closer to my canvas. I mean, in my point of view was, you know, I used to put my canvas here, and I could see to my left the model face, like maybe 2 meters away, but enough for me just to move my eyes and compare from the model to the painting. Now, and I used to hold my brush and see how tilted was the face, and do the same, move it to my canvas. Okay. Now it's easier obviously when we paint from a photograph, because I remember like after like I don't know 20 minutes I was checking this again, and the model's face just tilted a little bit more or left, and I had to keep it just my first, you know, my first lines. Hello Dayan, hello Rhonda. Okay, let's see, another thing that I used to always consider is this angle here from the corner of one eye to the nose. Okay, that means that if I trace a line from here, this point, in a 45-degree angle, and hit this line, usually here's gonna be the corner of the eye. Okay, that works for this area. It doesn't work in this side because the face, you know, is just turning. Another thing is the cheekbone here, the zygomatic bone. That helps to separate one plane of the face here from this plane of the face. Okay. Let's see. Squinting down my eyes, stepping back. You know, kind of I see a little bit of his face here. I'm gonna pick up a bigger brush just to, since I don't see details too much details on the eyes, because the image has really high contrast, and I'm gonna pick up a bigger brush, and for drawing the eyes, basically I'm gonna do something just like this. Okay, that would be like using charcoal, you know, vine charcoal, a stick of charcoal, and do this. Basically I'm squinting down my eyes and trying to copy an oval shape here. Okay, now I'm gonna do the same. Since I'm squinting down my eyes, I can see that this form here kind of continues here, and it goes all this way here. Okay. Yep. Now, let me check out proportions. Yeah. The only thing about his face that he has a really higher forehead. Yeah. Yeah, maybe because of, you know, he doesn't have too much hair. Hello Sylvia, hello Lajos, hello Olivia. Okay. Now, I'm still squinting down my eyes, kind of following the shadows. Okay. Keeping my eyes squinted. Okay. I'm almost with my eyes kind of pretty close, like. Keeping my eyes just like that, even when I'm just painting here and when I'm just comparing with the photograph. Okay. Am I moving my eyes? Some, like, let's say like every, I don't know, but like let's say that every maybe 10 minutes I move my eyes for kind of 20 seconds really fast, left to right, just comparing. Okay, which is pretty good for me. I just see a lot of differences when I do that, and it's kind of easier because I got, remember, the photograph next to my painting, same size. Okay, in this way, in this way, comparison is kind of easier. Okay, now we can see a face. Yeah, I'm following proportion, remember, measurements. Obviously his face doesn't fit those measurements perfectly, but I don't, if you see this, if you analyze my drawing, it's like there is not a lot of precision. For example, instead of using really a tiny graphite pencil, it's like I'm using a really thick pencil. Like, that's what I say, like a willow charcoal or vine charcoal, a stick, like something like this. Look at that. This is a still stick. It's kind of the same thickness of this brush stroke. What I'm trying to say is, I'm basically using the shadows. I'm drawing the shadows and interpreting them like thick lines, for saying some way. Okay, now this is a canvas. All the surface is a canvas, even here where I'm painting my palette. And for the people that's new, there's always new people on my channel. Yeah, I do this because obviously it's easier. Just, or every time I start with a clean palette. Yeah. And another thing that I like is that I keep my mixtures pretty close, and just I love this, moving my eyes without even moving my head. To my right, see my colors. To my left, see the photograph. Okay, that's pretty good. Now, one thing that we should do all the time is using a mirror. Okay, and this way we can compare, and when we use a mirror, it's easier to see mistakes. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's check out alignments, for example. Usually, another thing that happens usually is, the corner, or the corner here, the edge here, the nose is aligned up with the tear duct. Okay, now definitely that change depending on the nose. He has a kind of a wider nose, and that's gonna change this measurement. But anyway, I use that always, because that keep me close to the canon of any face. From there I move things. Wolfpack Studios is saying, my portraits come out so much better since watching you. Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's really pretty good. Yeah, congratulations, and feels really good, to help a little bit. Okay, got this. Now about color, I basically start with a knockdown orange and create a variation, like a value scale. In this way I start painting just and paying a lot of attention to values, light, midtones, and shadows. Okay, I do that even when I paint from a colored photograph. In this case, it's a black and white photograph. And from there, I add some reddish variation on the skin and some greenish variations. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do it, how this is gonna come out today, because as I said at the beginning, I'm gonna paint with a palette knife and with brushes. I mean, not a fully palette knife, because that's pretty difficult. I tried once, and that was pretty difficult. Okay. Now I'm gonna continue painting with brushes. At some point, I'm gonna start using the palette knife. I'm gonna be kind of switching between the palette knife and brushes. Okay. I got some pretty cheap brushes here. A set of these brushes is just like $2. A set of 12 brushes, and since those are pretty cheap, I used them at the very beginning just to kind of fill in the paint. Okay. Hello, Mr. Serge. I would love to learn French. Anyway, hello. Okay. The image, there's a link to the image if somebody just wanna paint along with me. If you've been watching my videos, you already know what I'm gonna do. Okay? Basically orange. I'm gonna knock down this orange. You can choose blue, you can choose raw umber, or black. Some people just don't like black, choose any other color. And white. Okay. Now, one thing that's important, you need to knock down this color, okay? If you see that it's too orangey, oh, that's not gonna work. It's very, you see, kind of, it's a really gray down color, because since we paint in one section, we can always add more and more paint, and it's a little bit easier just to add more color to the painting than trying to knock down a colorful painting. It's not that that's not possible. Okay, anything is possible when we paint, but let's say that for me it's easier just to add more color to a painting than trying to knock down a colorful skin. Okay, I'm squinting down my eyes and trying to see lights, midtones, and shadows. The darker shadows are pretty easy, Midtones, we kind of know where the midtones, the light areas, obviously we see the light is coming from the left, and we understand the planes of the face. We can easily see that there is light here, there is light here. Okay, and go also here. Okay, it's not perfectly like one plane. You change, the face is curved, it's spherical, but we always need to know about those planes of the face. That helps a little bit when we're trying to get the roughness, the volume of the face, the spherical form of the face. Okay. Now you can just use yellow and red and create an orange. You can just use orange, pure orange. You can use yellow, ochre, and red. I use blue for this one. I'm gonna use raw umber here, just to show you. Usually I use one color for all of my this value scale that I'm creating here. But you can switch between them. You can use blue, you can use raw umber, or even black. see. Okay, now I need a darker color. Let me see. Yeah, a darker color. I'm gonna use this brush here. Okay. Now another brush just for highlights. Okay. I see. We usually see highlights in the same spots every time. For example, cheekbone. Okay, cheek, nasal bone, nose. Here, this portion here, the chin. There is a bump here. In this case, I can see pretty clearly here on the forehead. I'm blending a little bit. Okay, one thing that I prefer is just let's say for today, working just with one color, and that kind of, you know, make this more, looks more like a drawing, like a painting. And but I prefer to do it this way until I feel that the drawing is okay. I mean, the proportions, I see a little bit of the likeness, and when I see that everything is okay, then I start just adding more color. Okay, hello Monique. Okay, now as you can see, this kind of a basic skin color. You can make it lighter, darker, pinkier. I don't know, you can change, you know. It depends on his white, and I'm gonna light up the skin color a little bit more. But let's see what I'm gonna do. I mean, it's kind of early to think about that things, and not right now. I'm thinking about how I'm gonna approach this painting with a palette knife. Okay, now the background. Okay, the background is always important. If you want to maybe light up the color that you have here, you choose a darker background, or if you want to add more color to the whole scene, you choose, you know, a colorful background or a classical background. And something that's kind of simple, and this is kind of a rule, let's say, is when you, let me pick up this cobalt blue and umber. When you have in one side of the face shadow, like you see in the photograph. You see, you can add, you can make that area. Speaking about the background, okay, a little bit lighter to create contrast. Okay, that's kind of the simple rule. Now, the other way is just you see shadow here and you make the background darker, the same value, kind of to make it disappear on the shadow. We have two options, and those two options are really opposite. One is to see the contour of the face, and the other one is kind of hide the face and the shadow. Okay, and let's say that you have shadow, light. You have light, shadow. Well, this way, in this case, the hair creates contrast here, but let's add some contrast here. Okay, just to see the ear. Okay. What about the suit? Black, maybe? Like the movie. What was the movie? Men in Black. Yeah. Okay. Okay, stepping back. Now I start to notice some mistakes, and I think it's about the width of the face. Okay. What else? Maybe. I'm gonna try to fix something here. I think it's here. His face is kind of more like a square here. Okay. Now, things to remember that I keep repeating all the time about skin color and about what we can do when we paint. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of red here. Okay, there is some areas where the skin color, where the flesh, the skin, it has more blood, and that's gonna be the nose, cheeks, upper and lower eyelid, chin. Now, we can exaggerate that. It's not like we see people just with all those colors, just like pretty intense on the face. We choose, to add more color on those areas because we know that the skin color is it's a little bit warmer on those areas. And on a painting, we have, this freedom to exaggerate color, exaggerate contrast, the same way that we know that there is some green here. Okay, and we can choose to exaggerate this greenish color on the face too. How much is up 21? Okay, there's green here, a little bit green here between and here in the nasal bone, green here, where we can touch the cheekbone. If we touch our faces, we're gonna see that we can touch this bone. In this area, there's a little bit of greenish color. It's pretty subtle, maybe you can see here on my painting that it's more, it's clear, but just to show you, remember you can choose to, knock down that. Okay. Okay. Stepping back, squinting down my eyes, and I see a lot of differences between my painting and the photograph. And I think a mistake I have is here. He has like a short chin. He has a square mandible, but a short chin. Yeah. One thing about his face, I think, is this gesture that he has here. Yeah. Now, I gotta confess, I'm a little bit afraid of start using the palette knife, but you know, it's just a painting. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Okay, hello, Zoom Brown. Hello, Alex MK Photo. Why are you working with a black and white pick and doing color painting? Oh, you know, I never thought about that. Like why? But it's just like you can pick up a color photograph or a black and white photograph, and uh, it's a good practice always. Because when we paint a color for painting, when we paint basically, we kind of try to copy colors. But when we paint a portrait, it's better to have some idea about the skin colors. In this way, make it easier the process of copying, because we have a lot of things to pay attention when we paint a portrait, instead of not just being there, just mixing as much as possible to get the colors a really perfect match. When we paint a portrait, at some point, sometimes we don't care that much about color when we don't get the likeness. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. I decided to use a palette knife because I think his face is pretty, how can I say, expressive about, the wrinkles here. And even I can feel that his skin has some kind of even texture. I can feel the bone here and some bumps here, pretty pronounced. It's not about his age, it's just his face is just, it's just like that. I'm pretty sure when he was young, even we can see. I don't, it's just like this guy is just for me in my mind. It's just this age since I started to watching him in movies. I don't remember him young in a movie. Yeah. Uh, yeah, but I mean that's me. Yeah. That's me that I don't remember. Okay. Now basically I'm gonna repaint everything with the palette knife. It's not gonna be just full palette knife, okay? Because obviously it's difficult to control a palette knife, especially on the edges. I'm gonna be switching between palette knife and brushes. Because I want, this kind of, how can I say, strokes or with the palette knife in some areas. The first thing I thought it was like, oh, I would love to see kind of some really thick paint here in those areas. Now this value is not okay. I need to darken up this a little bit. But that's what I thought, okay? That would be pretty nice. See thicker paint. For example, the cheekbone. See. Hello, Bob Lee Sachs. Okay. Hello, Desiree. Hello, Maria. Sharon is saying, don't forget to hit the like button. Yeah. Please. One thing that if somebody is trying to paint along with me with a palette knife is that definitely with a palette knife we have to be more precise about mixing colors. You know, because there's nothing like there's not like with the brushes that we mix the paint. Like I got this color that is a little bit off, but just by blending and mixing, I can just kind of create an integration, a gradation there. But with the palette knife, if the color is off, we have to mix again and paint again that area. Okay, time to step back and see. Okay, horrible. Okay. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to work on the lights, establish the value here. I need another palette knife. I really need a pointy palette knife. I don't have any kind of really pointy palette knife. I have this two, and I have this plastic palette knife, but this is kind of pointy, but it's kind of thicker. It's thick. I'm gonna try to use it. Let's see. Let me clean it. Let me clean it. Okay, let's see if I can use this plastic palette knife to kind of try to make some details. I think it works. Yeah. Oh, bye, Sylvia. Hello, Barbara. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna pick up. Okay, I think today I'm gonna use a lot of this raw umber. Okay, I'm gonna mix raw umber and alizarin crimson. Yeah, maybe I'm not gonna use too much paint on the shadows. I'm gonna use more paint on the light areas. Yeah, I think that's gonna be a better idea. In this way I can control more easily the drawing. Okay. Okay. Let's move this area here. I know obviously this is a little bit darker, and it goes darker as it's turning on the menu, and it's greenish. I mix some green and some adding some raw umber. More white. More white. What else? More orange. Too light. Yep. More raw umber. Touch of yellow. use this one. I need to use a brush, because for the drawing aspect, that's gonna be pretty difficult with the palette knife. Or you want me to try? You want me to try just with palette knife? Okay, I need to step back, check out the likeness. Yeah, I think I got the structure. Yeah, let's see how much paint I can add, because I think if I'm, using the palette knife, I can just add a lot of paint, like a lot of paint. Let's see. To pinky, yeah. I'm gonna leave it there for now. Let's see. Touch of yellow to make it more orangey. Okay, this looks like ice cream. I like it. Hello, Lajos. I think the knife. Oh yeah. Now I'm thinking that I need to. If I'm planning to paint more like this, I need to buy some smaller palette knife. Yeah. Hello, Jim. How long do you think this will take to dry? Oh no, 6 months. Definitely a lot. Hello, Joe. You know, I love this. You know, I don't know why, but this kind of feeling that this thickness. But I know that the more paint I add, you know, I put down, the difficult is gonna be just to try to draw. One thing that I should have thought before the beginning this is just to get more palette knife, just like brushes. You know, I used to paint with like no 10, 12 brushes, and I didn't even thought about that when I thought about painting with palette knife. And now I'm missing some, you know, variety of palette knives like brushes, like smaller ones, different shapes. Oh, I like this kind of, you know, stroke. How do you say it? I mean, this is stroke, like a brush stroke, palette stroke, palette knife stroke. How can we call it this? Okay. Remember about this, the color from the skin. Here, for example, I should make this more reddish. You know, his forehead is kind of full of ups and downs. Like it feels like I can add more and more paint here. Thank you, Olivia Shipins. I mispronounce pretty sure all a lot of names. I don't apologize anymore. You know, like it's just that's gonna it's inevitable. Okay. Yeah, I like it, but I think I should knock down the green. Yeah. Okay. 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 What else? Okay, let's continue. I mean, I'm gonna check on that, and you know that's kind of easier just to mix another color and put it on top. Okay. I mean, it's nothing easier, you know, nothing easy here. But when I say easier, it's just like you have this color, it's pink, it's pink. I have this green. If I lay down this, definitely, you know, I'm gonna change this color, and that's what I meant when I say this kind of easy, just to mix a different color and put it on top of that. But I don't know. Another thing that I'm thinking is, since I'm using a palette knife, and we can see really clearly, obviously, the strokes. Uh, Maybe it's a good idea to keep more color on the paint. I like that green, for example. I know it's pretty intense, but I like it. Okay, let's say that I'm gonna knock down this. If you have green, obviously to knock down green, you use the opposite color in the color wheel, and you knock down this greenish color. What's the opposite color in the color wheel? Is red. You know, that means that we use the complementary color. We add more, we knock down more green. When we add the opposite color, the complementary color, we basically get to a point that the color is kind of brownish, kind of brown. Okay, that happens when you mix red and green, blue and orange, yellow and violet. Okay, I'm changing this color just by adding more paint. Here too. Okay, changing the color. Now I'm gonna use a brush to be more precise about drawing, like for example this here. I need a round brush. Okay, I think this one is gonna work. This brush is a synthetic brush, but you know, this is a pretty cheap brush, and it's kind of this synthetic hair is kind of stiff and looks like more like something between a synthetic brush and a bristle brush, which is pretty good, you know, because I think that helps, you know, just with you know, having some strokes here, because it's not pretty soft, this brush. and I can see the brush strokes, and I think that's pretty good. Okay. Okay. Squinting down my eyes. I'm going to, let's see, I got the eye here, here. This wrinkle goes like this. Yep, yep. The wrinkle here again. A little bit lower, I think. Oh, yeah. Again, step back. Yeah. You know, I like the texture. About the likeness, I think I'm getting closer. Yeah. But I gotta find a way to get this, you know, ups and downs on the face, because that's about his face. All those wrinkles. Without the wrinkles, I think it's not him. Man, what about combination between this kind of softness here, those brush strokes? I think it could, yeah, I can make it work with this kind of combination. But you know, I would love to just to work like more with the palette knife than the brush. But let's see, you know, it's kind of difficult to try to get the likeness with the palette knife, and I don't want to be here, you know, like 6 hours. Yeah, I would love to be a lot as long as possible with you all, obviously. But when you just got into some kind of, you know, deal, you start dealing with this thing that go back and forth. Uh, it's better just at some point to stop and take a rest. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I like it. I like it. I like. You know, I think I'm gonna keep just few paint here, not too much paint here, because that adds some depth, I think. And here this come out, and this is just, you know, recede. Yeah. The same here for him. For example, this shadow here. I'm gonna keep it with just a few paint, enough to get the value, and a lot of paint here to create volume. The nose, you know, I would love to add a lot of paint to the nose, feeling like I can grab his nose. Okay. Hello, Nikki. Okay. Let's paint some wrinkles on the forehead. Let's see, I got this here. Yeah, I got some wrinkles here on the eye. Okay, let's see. think I gotta narrow the face here. Yeah, I think it's better. Now, what about the background? I think I'm gonna keep the background pretty soft. In this way I have contrast between, you know, a lot of paint here, no paint here. Yeah, maybe I changed my mind, I don't know, but right now it feels okay, like just feeling the texture here, and the thickness on the face just here, not everywhere, right now. Yeah. Yeah. All Nick is saying shadow thin, light thicker. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Okay, okay. Let's see. Okay, about the nose, you know, I would love to add a lot of paint to the nose, like I said, like feeling like this is kind of a sculpture, and if the nose is coming out more than the chin, eh? And if I have a lot of paint here on the chin, on the cheekbone, I should add more paint to the nose. Let's see, let's see. Uh, I got inspired to paint with palette knife because uh, one of my students, she showed us yesterday a painting that she painted with a palette knife. Her name is Yolanda. She's from Spain, and that was really amazing. Yeah, I didn't thought at that moment, hey, I wanna paint like that, but you know, it's kind of started to grow in me, like, hey, I gotta try again because I have tried palette knife a couple of times, but not that much because it's not easy, you know. Okay, hello LG. I think I'm mispronouncing this. Art one. Okay. Nikki's asking me, did you add anything to the paint to make it thicker? No, nothing. Just pure paint. Some use cold wax. Some put sand. I wanna try with it. Palette knife. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's put more paint to the nose. Let's put a lot of paint to the nose. Make it pop forward. Oh, I'm gonna try. Starting with darker color here. I don't want to paint the shadow really thick because I want to blend a little bit of the shadow, and less paint makes easier blending. Where's my brush? Okay, here. Here, I want to blend this a little bit. Okay. Let's see, I need thinner brush. Okay, now let's light up this color. More white. I need to step back. Do you think his face is wider? I think I have that problem from the very beginning, and I still have that. Maybe it's just the neck has to be more tilted. What's that? I'm gonna reduce the chin, or the forehead. It has to be higher. Yeah, it's something there that is, that I don't see his face, and I know that there's something about the width of the face. Not so sure yet. Not so sure to kind of correct something, but right now I'm gonna continue just dealing with this thing about adding more paint and trying to get color, and texture. It's too light. Yeah, I need to make it darker. I'm mixing glycerin green, some raw umber, a touch of orange. With more yellow. Okay, let's see, let's think. Yeah. Okay, I have to just continue. Okay, this is gonna be a mess. Let's see what happened. Yeah. Okay. Right now I'm thinking about the shape of the nose. Yeah. Because I mean I'm trying to add texture, but I wanna capture the likeness. And his nose is pretty important. You know. Every nose is pretty important, but in this case, you know, he has a particular nose, and when that happens, we try in order to copy. We sometimes we exaggerate what we see, and I always am afraid, you know, maybe to make the nose a little bit bigger. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I think that's okay. I'm gonna move this paint here. I'm gonna wow. I love this. Like a lot of paint. The only problem that I know how to control this. I gotta use a brush. I'm looking for a tiny brush. Yeah, that's gonna be too difficult to try to work on that smaller area. Okay. I just want to zoom in for you all to see the amount of paint, because I love it. Let me focus the camera. Look at that. Look at that. This is a sculpture. This is not a painting. This is not gonna dry either. Okay. Okay, I'm going to I need to find a brush that. Okay, I think this tiny one is gonna work. Well, let's see. Okay. It's just too much. But anyway, I like it. Look at that. I'm feeling like I'm cooking, not painting. I'm cooking a cake. I'm just having fun. Okay, let's think about the likeness. Okay, okay. Okay. Oh, hello. Hello, exploring history. Oh, yes, Nikki. She's in my Spanish group. Oh, that would be nice, yeah. Oh, that's pretty nice, Nikki. Yeah. Okay, okay. Uh, okay. Okay, let's continue. Mix some black with alizarin crimson. Okay, some cadmium red. More cadmium red. I don't see the eye. I don't see any details on the eye. Man. Okay, I need to step back. Okay. Okay, let's go back to the palette knife. I need to add more paint here. Oh, I'm gonna try this plastic palette knife. This one is more pointy. Maybe this helps. Let's see, here goes down here. Okay. Checking out for alignment is kind of end up here. Yeah. Okay. More palette knife. I need some green. I have chrome green here. Oh, sorry. You know, I got some tubes on the floor too. I just saw my little table. I couldn't find this, and it was on the floor. It's a pretty bright green. Maybe it looks brighter on the screen. Okay, I just want to. I'm gonna knock down this with raw umber. I'm adding more paint here because this area is pretty soft. I like it, but kind of, it doesn't match the rest of the paint. The rest of the painting. Okay. You know, I think what I like more about painting, adding a lot of paint, is kind of, I feel some kind of organic thing, you know. It feels like some kind of, I don't know how to describe, but uh, it's, it's, it's not about, sometimes I feel like it's not about the painting, it's about the texture, it's about this kind of thing that looks like it's kind of moving. Even that, because it looks like that, because this creamy thing, uh, I don't know how to explain. Maybe somebody knows how to explain that. Okay, that's okay. I like it. Okay, I need to paint more wrinkles. Okay, let's paint some wrinkles here. Hello, Bertie. Okay. Okay, Monique. See you later. Okay, bye, Nikki. See you later too. Nikki saying, I think it's sensual and instinctive when you go with your instincts, more than being quite as careful. A bit more carefree approach. Intuition. Hello, Alida. Alida saying, hi, Renzo. Enjoying your painting. I have had a knee replacement, so I'm lying in bed watching you. Okay. Yeah. I have some friends that they had some knee replacement, and then they say that it feels pretty good after after that they feel they can dance again. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to create some. I mean, obviously there is some texture because of the amount of paint, but at the same time some texture here. Because he has some. I don't know. You can see on the photograph. By the way, I repeat that the link to the photograph is on the description box. I found this on Pinterest. Oops, oops. Yeah, that's good, that's good. I think that's good. Let me check out the time. I usually paint for 3 hours, an hour 40 minutes. That's okay, and I think that's doing okay. Only they say is very sore. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My friends mentioned that too. But they are pretty happy, after a few. I don't know how long, but pretty sure after a few months. That's the only thing with the palette knife. Yeah, you gotta mix again and again and again in order to match a color. That's different from the. Maybe that's why I prefer just my approach with brushes. But I'm loving this. Okay, I'm just loving this. And even that it feels like it's kind of difficult to control the paint. When I was studying at the School of Art, nobody, maybe a couple of my friends, they love to paint with palette knives, but it wasn't a kind of let's say a class or something. It was just if you wanted to paint with brushes or palette knife, you're free to do it. The palette knife it was more for mixing colors. I remember my teachers, all of them, just saying always, "Hey, you have problems, mixing colors. If on top of that somebody doesn't have experience mixing colors, and you're getting on top of that, you're getting muddy colors. It's better to mix with a palette knife than a brush." I mean, obviously that helps a bit, but that's not gonna solve a problem about getting muddy colors when we mix paint, because that's it's about experience. That's about usually values, or using too much, maybe white, or even black. I always remember one of my teachers that he used to say, "Hey, it's not that your color is muddy or milky. You know, it's just like it's not on the right position." And he always keeps saying like, "Hey, pick up the color from there and move it here, and that's gonna work perfect." But it's not working on that where you place it. Yeah, I know that now. I remember at that time as a student, I said, "No way." Well, I gotta work the ear with a brush because it's too difficult to paint an ear with a palette knife. What time is it? I need at least 20 minutes for a walk. I'm trying to walk an hour every day. Hello, Matthew. Hello, Jonas. Thank you. I think I'm gonna try a couple of paintings, a couple more paintings like this. I need to find some faces like works. I was thinking about maybe Al Pacino. Yeah. Okay, let's see. I gotta check out the painting. I think I got, I think I got the likeness. Yeah, but I'm still thinking that the width of the face is not okay. Okay, yeah, you know that's the ear. I gotta work on the ear. You know, it's calling my attention too much. I'm gonna knock down. I'm gonna soften. Something. I gotta do something with the ear. Yeah, maybe just soften the ear just to make it recede, since I got, more texture here. Okay, this green here, I gotta knock down this green. Yeah, a bit more white. What do you think about the paint? About the amount of paint? I should add more paint. I'm trying to add more paint on the lights and less paint on the shadows. Okay. And another thing that what and why I'm doing that is because sometimes when you have too much paint, the paint catch the light, and I experienced that before, and that makes the shadows pop forward. Don't make the shadow recede. That's why I prefer lights. Yeah. Lights, more paint on the lights than the shadows. Okay, I'm gonna work on the ear because that, to be honest, I don't like the ear. Yeah. First, I'm gonna soften the ear, and let's see how it looks. I mean, not pretty soft. Like sometimes I paint, you know, but let's say a little bit softer. Oh, good night, Alida. Bye. Okay. I'm gonna soften this edge. That's gonna create more volume. I'm gonna make this rounded. Okay, let's see. A little bit of alizarin crimson and burnt and raw umber. A bit of yellow, white. Let's see. Hello, Michael Posby. Say maybe you just have to add a little field of hair underneath the ear for a longer chin line. Oh, thank you. Let's see. Yeah, I added here. You mean this, yeah? I'm gonna make it a little bit darker. Or here. Okay. Let's see. I'm thinking right now maybe some really longer strokes with the palette knives could work. Like for example here on the forehead. Trying to get just one. Like imagine that you're working with a bigger brush You got a longer brush stroke to create some variety between the smaller strokes, bigger. Wrinkles, you know, that's pretty important for the likeness. I'm not adding too much paint here. I want to keep the effect that this is receding, is turning. Another thing that I gotta do is soften the edge. Always we gotta soften the edges. Okay, I soften the edge here. That creates the illusion that this is turning, and the amount of paint and texture make the nose pop forward. Okay. And always squinting down our eyes, because another thing that's difficult is get the values right, you know, when you add too much paint. For example, the nose here is a little bit darker than this area, and not just darker, it's a little darker and a little bit warmer. That means that the nose is more reddish or orangey than this portion here of the face. Okay, at the same time, that makes the nose pop forward, because as a simple rule of color theory, you know, colors that are more are warmer, or like orange, reddish colors, tend to pop forward more than colors that are mute or cool colors. Okay, we can apply the same every time that we paint anything, not just a face. Obviously, that rule is for everything. Okay, but those rules about color theory are more clear, let's say, on when we paint landscapes, for example. That's pretty clear what's happening, or what we do to make something recede and something coming forward when it's about color. On a face is a little, it's more subtle, because we don't have things that are really far away, you know, from one to each other, like the nose from the face. It's not like that. Yeah. But anyway, we always think about that, because that's rules. Those are rules about color theory, and if we can apply those rules to everything that we paint, yep, definitely helps a little bit. Okay, I would suggest maybe add more some texture to the background. Like I was thinking, not changing the color, but I was thinking something like I'm gonna try, okay, and let's see if that works or not. Yeah, because another thing that I'm thinking at the same time, you know, some variety. If we have texture here, it's better to keep it softer here. Okay, now if let's say that I add some texture, what I can do is change, for example, the size of my brush, for saying some way. This is not a brush, obviously, but that would be like, for example, something like that. Yeah. This is kind of made of smaller brush, and here I use a bigger brush. Yeah, to be honest, I like it, but no, I don't want anything to call my attention that much, just the face. Yeah. just soften this a little bit. I want these little strokes like here. I'm gonna soften this. Okay, I think that's gonna be okay. Maybe I can use this foam brush to, for example, a different texture here. Okay, I can use a lot of paint, but definitely it's gonna be different because it's not a palette knife. Okay. Okay. Now I'm gonna add some. I mean, the ear is always pinky, reddish, you know, but I gotta knock down this ear. I'm gonna add some green here, a little bit here, just to knock down the color. I want not to look look pinky, reddish, but not that much. If you see something that I don't see, a mistake or something that you think that I should fix, feel free to let me know. After painting a couple of hours, you know, some point we just got tired and we don't see like some obvious mistakes sometimes. Okay. What else? What else? A little bit of red here. After painting this guy for a couple of hours, I think I'm gonna watch a movie, you know, one of his movies, just to laugh a little bit. Do you think I need to add more forehead? Okay. I'm adding a little bit of light here to create a little bit of contrast here. At the same time, I make this edge a little bit sharper. Okay, but keep this area a little bit lost. And this is not lost enough. I'm just gonna soften the edge. I see something here on this. It has to be more rounded, I think. Yeah, I gotta fix something there. Yeah, this has to come out a lot more. It's like there. Yeah, yeah, that's better. Okay, John is saying I also like to put some red color here and there. It makes it more vivid, even some red in the nostrils mixed with black. Oh yeah, yes, yes. I had this color is a mixture between black and red, and at the same time I added some alizarin crimson with raw umber. I'm gonna put a little bit more. I'm gonna add a stroke of just alizarin crimson, pure alizarin crimson. Yeah, that adds something. Yeah, thank you. Okay, I think. No, I think that's enough for today. If if I stay looking for mistakes, definitely I'm gonna find, because that's normal. But I'm pretty happy with the result. I think I see the painting, I see the actor. It's not like I see somebody else. Yeah, I recognize him. I think that's good. I don't have too much details on the photograph. That's good, because I mean that saves me a lot of work. Like for example on the eyes, because I haven't painted any eyes. I don't see any eyes on the photograph. But we can always light up the photograph and see some more details. But that would be in the case that we wanna change the value of the photograph, make it lighter and work more. But I love the contrast. The contrast shows the ups and downs on his face. Yeah, but do you recognize him? Like, it's him? Yeah? Yeah, for me, I think I'm okay with the likeness. Yeah, I mean that, that's pretty important, and that I'm okay. I'm not saying that's perfect. Okay, I think I'm okay with the likeness. Another thing about color, yeah, I like it. It's kind of pretty simple. I don't have too much color, like too many variations. I have some greens, kind of orangey. You know, the painting is kind of mute. It's not too colorful. I like it that. Yeah. Some contrast here, a little bit of blue. That's okay. No contrast here. I mean, not that much. You know, just the ear. That the ear keep. The ear is something that. Uh, I don't know how to do, because even that if I would try to paint the ear pretty realistically or pretty softly, I could have problems. I'm pretty sure, because it's not that clear. His ear is not that clear. But that sounds like excuse, yeah? Yeah, to be honest, yeah, it's like excuse because I don't like to paint ears. I got some comment. I'm gonna check out the comment in a second. Okay. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up. Okay, thank you, Janos. I also like to put some red. Okay, yeah, I read that. Thank you, Shiosi Fitzgerald. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in because I wanna share what I like, and I like this amount of paint. Look at that. It's pretty thick. Here in the nose is at least something like that, maybe. Yeah, I would love to move it like in a profile view, but my setup it's kind of difficult to move here. And some red, and some kind of red here on the nose. Not that clear, but it's there. And it's doing something. I mean, a dark red here, like a Lizard Crimson and Camel red. It's kind of make the shadow a little bit transparent, even that it's a darker color. It doesn't look so solid. It's. I think you don't see that on the camera, but that happens. Okay. Yeah. What do you think about the ear? Still, I don't like the ear. Maybe it's because I had too much green around or closer to the ear. I'm gonna change this color. Yeah, I think that's better. That changed something. Okay. I think that's it for today. It was pretty fun to try to get away with this painting with a palette knife. I want to try again. I just need to find another face that like his face, pretty expressive, with ups and downs that they can represent. Hello, Maggie. Okay, I think that's it for today. I hope you like the painting. I hope you enjoy and learn something and try to paint. You have the video. The video is gonna stay here on YouTube. You can use it just to paint along with the video. And that's my here on the screen you see my link, the link to my Patreon account where we paint. I have paint along lessons, and my Instagram is just there. You can tag me on Instagram. This way I can see some of your paintings. Okay, and the link on the chat, you see a link to my Patreon account again, where you can paint along with me for $4 per month, and then $15 per month we draw, and then $100 that we paint twice a week, portraits, human figure. Or you can just join my Patreon account and pay a lower tier just to watch the recorded lessons. I have more than 300 recorded lessons right now on Patreon. Okay. Oh, Jimmy saying so much green makes the ear jump out. Yeah, that's right. That's why I changed this. I make it more reddish. Yeah, I was thinking just about that. This ear, that's gonna be the thing that's gonna just. This is not gonna let me sleep tonight. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here with me. See you next time. Take care, you all. Bye.